Hello and welcome to World News. Today, amid rising tensions in the Middle East, the United States once again appears to be on the back foot. Reports suggest that the US and Iran may return to the negotiating table. Former US President Donald Trump has also commented on the situation. Trump claims that Iran is seeking talks. However, given the current circumstances, he appears to be under pressure, facing opposition within his own country. Meanwhile, the Iranian public is standing firmly behind its government, and the Iranian military says it is prepared for any scenario. Iran has also issued a warning to the United States regarding a potential blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. This raises key questions. Has the US stepped back under pressure from Iran? Will the Middle East see another war, or will diplomacy prevail? We'll discuss all of this in detail. But first, let's take a quick look at the headlines. A potential conflict may now center around Hormuz trade routes. After Iran, both Russia and China have also taken a stand against the United States. China has warned the US not to interfere in its affairs. Meanwhile, Trump has sparked controversy over remarks involving the Pope. These remarks triggered protests from the US to Italy. Amid growing backlash, Trump removed an AI-generated image of himself as Jesus Christ. At the same time, North Korea is ramping up weapons production to intimidate South Korea. Leader Kim Jong-un is reportedly increasing output and has tested a dangerous carbon fiber bomb. Later in the program, we'll show you some of the strangest laws from around the world that will leave you surprised. Now, the headlines in detail. Nepal's Prime Minister Bilan Shah is set to visit India, accepting an invitation from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This meeting is raising hopes for stronger bilateral ties and regional cooperation between the two nations. Trump has suffered a legal setback as a $10 billion defamation lawsuit related to Epstein connections was dismissed. Saudi Arabia has imposed strict restrictions for Hajj 2026, including banning entry into Mecca without permits. They are also suspending Umrah visas to ensure the safety and organization of the millions of pilgrims attending. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has called for an end to infinite scrolling features on social media. Starmer cited deep concerns about digital addiction among children and its long-term psychological effects. Returning to the Middle East, tensions are once again escalating, with the United States appearing to retreat. After Trump ordered inspections and restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz and Iran responded aggressively, it seemed that renewed conflict was imminent. Iran clearly stated it was ready for any situation. However, new reports now suggest that both nations may return to negotiations. Western media, citing US officials, reports that a new round of talks could take place on April 16th. Preparations are underway, with Washington aiming to resolve key points of conflict through dialogue. Statements from Pakistan's Defense Minister Khawaja Asif and Donald Trump both indicate that talks may resume soon. Trump, however, maintains that Iran initiated the outreach, claiming Tehran contacted Washington after talks in Islamabad collapsed, and is eager to make a deal. Still, Iran's posture suggests otherwise. Iranian forces have refused to bow to US naval restrictions, calling them acts of piracy. Tehran has warned that any warship approaching Hormuz could violate the ceasefire and trigger renewed conflict. Public demonstrations in Tehran also show strong support for the Iranian government. Meanwhile, Iran has accused 5 Middle Eastern nations, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, the UAE and Jordan, of supporting attacks against it alongside the US and Israel. Iran is demanding compensation for damages, alleging violations of international law. While Iran appears to be strengthening its position, Trump is facing mounting pressure domestically. US Senator Chuck Schumer criticized Trump's Operation Epic Fury, calling it Operation Epic Fail, citing chaos in Hormuz, rising gas prices, and declining U.S. global credibility. Democrats are also pushing to limit Trump's war powers regarding Iran. Now, attention shifts to the Strait of Hormuz, which has become the central flashpoint. If conflict resumes, it may revolve around this strategic passage. Notably, China continues to move its ships through Hormuz despite U.S. restrictions, signaling defiance. China's Defense Minister Admiral Dong Jun has warned the U.S. against interfering in China-Iran relations, stating that China will honor its energy and trade agreements with Tehran. Beijing has made it clear that no third party should interfere. This stance is likely to further strain U.S.-China relations, especially after Trump threatened a 50% tariff if China supplied weapons to Iran. Reports also indicate that a Chinese oil vessel passed through Hormuz despite U.S. restrictions, embarrassing Washington. Meanwhile, Russia has joined China in coordinating a response, with Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov visiting Beijing for talks. We will continue to monitor this developing situation as global tensions rise in the region. This growing alignment between China and Russia presents a major challenge for the US, especially as it already struggles against Iran's resistance. Trump now faces pressure on multiple fronts. In another development, Trump has sparked global outrage after posting an image portraying himself in a Christ-like figure. The backlash was immediate, leading to protests and forcing him to delete the post. Trump later claimed it depicted him as a doctor helping people, not as Jesus. He also faced criticism for remarks about Pope Leo XIV, claiming the Pope owes his position to him and calling him too liberal. This drew strong condemnation from Christian communities and global leaders, including Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Turning to East Asia, tensions are rising again between North and South Korea. North Korea has conducted multiple missile tests, which are seen as a direct challenge to both South Korea and the US. Kim Jong-un has personally overseen these tests, signaling increased military readiness. Reports suggest North Korea has tested cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, and advanced weapon systems, including electromagnetic and cluster bomb technologies. There are also concerns that Russia may be assisting North Korea's weapons program. This is particularly alarming as the US has shifted many of its military assets to the Middle East due to the Iran situation, weakening its presence in East Asia. Finally, let's look at some unusual laws around the world. In North Korea, blue jeans are banned as they are seen as a symbol of American culture. In Iran, certain hairstyles are restricted. In Malaysia, wearing yellow clothing has been banned due to its association with protests. In China, platforms like Google and YouTube are banned, replaced by domestic alternatives. Countries like Bulgaria and Hungary do not allow Uber, while Norway has phased out FM radio entirely. Singapore bans chewing gum to maintain cleanliness, while Bhutan has outlawed public smoking. In India's Andaman Islands, contact with the Jarawa tribe is prohibited to protect their culture. France and Italy have banned face coverings like burqas in certain public settings, and Rwanda has banned plastic to protect the environment. So, which of these laws surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments section. That's all for today's world news. Stay tuned to AI Global News for more updates from around the world. Goodbye.